All right, welcome back, StarCraft fans. This is it, the grand finale. We have the man who needs no introduction in Bonyth, has won so many BSLs, incredible player. And then we have Mihu, just and also has won so many titles. These two have clashed a lot. I feel like Mihu has had Bonyth's number the last couple of times they've matched up, but the series are always so close 4-3, 5-4. So it's going to get interesting. What are your thoughts, Ozzy?
Yeah, well, kind of like you said, Mihu does historically have Bonus number, right? And then I also feel like Mihu, he's coming in pretty warmed up off of some great TvPs, right? Bonnet, he's kind of been sitting there collecting a little bit of rust, while Mihu's getting himself his fingers all nice and warm, getting into TvP shape. So a little bit worried maybe for Bonnet, as a Bonnet fan, but I mean, Bonnet can get it done, right? It's not like it's impossible. He is more of a PvP expert, but he's also a carrier expert. And if that man gets into carriers, he can be an absolute nightmare to handle.
Yeah, really good Reaver control, really knows how to delay these pushes, right? So we'll see if he can do that so that he can get some carrier play, or maybe we'll see some patented Bonyth, D-Web, Sair, to block some of these pushes and see what he can get done. I mean, we've noticed and we've said it over and over. Mihu just gets us units and goes, gets unit and goes, almost defying the laws of the game here where we're used to Terran sitting a bit. He does not. He gets after it, man.
Yeah, I feel like from what we've seen so far, Mihu's late game does seem to be a lot weaker than his early and mid game aggression, right? Not to say that it was bad either. I mean, he gave Dewalt a pretty hard time of it when Dewalt did take him out on that Polestar game, but I do feel like Bonus late game is probably one of the best in this tournament. So if he can negate these early game aggressions and pushes from Mihu, I favor it more and more for Bonnet as it goes on. So we'll see how he wants to navigate those early games and see if he can get into the game state that he really likes.
Well, here, Ozzy, I'm looking at these picks, and very interesting. Metropolis ban from Bonyth, a standard Radium pick from Mihu, and then we have Death Valley selected as Bonyth's first map. So do you think he's got something up his sleeve or what?
He's got something up his sleeve. If nothing else, he wants to make Mihu uncomfortable early. I love this from Bonnet. Banning Metropolis, first picking Death Valley, second pick is going to be Eclipse. So yeah, these are two player maps that Bonnet is pretty much guaranteed that he gets to play. So yeah, that's pretty interesting for sure. He's a man of the fans.
Will he go with either of these, like with gas steals? Is that how he's going to approach it? Is he going to play standard? I'm always very curious.
Yeah, I can't help but remember his attempted build against Dewalt, where he did that kill the assimilators early and go for one base carrier. I don't imagine he'll do something like that to Mihu, but I do imagine Bonnet is cooking something up. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see where that goes.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think we're gonna see something wild, and we'll see how Mihu reacts. I mean, it's a wild map, some high potential. But I'm not really surprised to see Mihu's picks, right? Like I would imagine seeing a Death Valley. I mean, I'm sorry, not Death Valley, a Radion and a Deja Vu pick. Maps that he can, macro and attack, macro and attack. Good 6 fact maps, 5 fact maps. So it makes
Yeah,
sense for his choices. Nothing really too shocking there.
yeah, for whatever value it has. That if I were looking at this map pool and I had to pick 3 maps, that actually would be my 3 map picks as well. So I think us Terran players, we have a general idea of what we like. And yeah, the more standard, the better, right? Radion, Polestar, Deja Vu. Kind of surprised they didn't want Dominator early, but I guess I don't know. Having Dominator as the last map to fall on, like if you get to that final map, maybe this is kind of a good plan too. You just have a map that is typically very Terran favored to finish it off on if you get there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Dominator was what Mihu wanted, knowing that Bonyth does play such a heavy Reaver style where he can continuously use those uphills, downhills to kind of hold pushes. So maybe that was kind of his logic that he saved it for last since he didn't get a ban. See if he can get it done before, take a win here. But Bonyth kind of getting a good look at the maps that he wanted. I'm sure he has a plan. So really setting the stage here for a clash of two of the best players in the foreign scene. It's gonna be a tight one, man. I think it's gonna be very tight.
Yeah, Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting one way or another. If nothing else, we're getting exciting maps. So, looks like our players are ready. We're going to jump into our first game of Bonyth versus Mihu for the Grand Finals on Radium. And as you can see, Bonyth coming off of a victory screen. All right, spawning here in the bottom right, we have our Polish Protoss player, Bonyth. And here in the top left, we have our Chinese Terran player, Mihu, cross spawn on Radium. And yeah, we do have Bonyth enjoying that 1-0 lead because he is coming off of the winner's bracket, right? Not dropping any games there, so does have that little bit of advantage since he did not drop any series coming through this tournament. Did come out of first place of the group stages as well, so does have a little bit of cushion there in his favor.
All right, Bonyth, it's your turn. Channel your inner Protoss feelings and 12 next, man.
Yeah.
And he does not.
He does not. Nothing crazy to start us off. You know, first picking Death Valley, I was ready for him to do something kind of crazy for game one as well, right? Just maybe trying to make Mihu as uncomfortable as he can. But yeah, maybe game one we try to play a little bit standard, then we get crazy in game two.
That's it. That's how you do it.
I mean, it could give him a lot of momentum, right? If he comes off of a... What do you say?
Zealot first is going to be happening here. Got to pile on before gas, so we're going to Zealot core, Zealot, something like that. So, high pressure from Bonyth to start, knowing that Mihu likes this 15cc, it seems like.
Yeah, and that is what he's going to be going for. And typically you'd be kind of unhappy, right, about the crawl spawn Radiant like this when you're going for these Zealots. And it is going to get Mihu a lot of extra time, at least before the Zealot show up, so Bonyth probably won't be super happy about it. But because he is against this 15cc build, it should be able to get some damage done.
Mihu going to delay again for his gas. He does not want that gas deal to happen. We know how devastating that could be.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that Mihu does this. So I guess because this is a relatively normal scout timing from Bonyth, I guess he's only going to drop 15cc if it's a last scout. And all that damage from that SCV actually going to add up and allow him to kill that probe before Bonyth can pull it away.
Yeah, but we don't have a really good SimCity to put the CC down here. We have one Marine. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Mihu blinking first.
That's terrible. You hate to see that for Mihu. And that delayed his CC even longer because that was supposed to be the CC work read.
That was probably the bunker one. Oh. Wow. Some very serious SCV blocking there.
That SCV not budging at all. Finally, the Zealot managed to break through and get a swipe here onto the Marine. And I think it looks like Dewalt maybe canceled the second Zealot plans because it was cross-spawn. I'm just going to go for that Nexus, but... I mean, great start for Mihu, minus trapping that SCV.
Yeah, he got away with Birder even with the Zealot first opening here. We see a fast core from Bonyth. But Mihu's got to feel good, man. You got that, really no pressure. I'm surprised he even finished the bunker.
Yeah, that's not the Mihu way, is it?
No way. I'm surprised we didn't just make a Vulture and a push across the map. We killed a unit.
Yeah, and once he knows he's secure, he unloaded that bunker, went to kill his SCV, and went back inside the bunker. That SCV executed for what it's done here today.
Oh my goodness. Not how you want to, not how it starts, you know? But right away, 2 factories, because he saw the no range again, so he knows it's going to be a fast shuttle. I wonder if he'll look to push out and move out here soon, Ozzy.
Yeah, I mean, he might. Depends what Bonyth wants to do too. Like, is he gonna go for range quickly, or is he gonna continue to delay range to get this reroute as fast as possible? It looks like we did start range, so he's actually just going straight for Observer. This might also be a pivot because the SCV did see the Robo come down, so he may have decided not to commit to the Reaver too quickly.
Nothing wrong with that. Get your scouting info, get up your third, get everything going. I'm assuming that's an eBay. That's kind of what we've been seeing here.
Yeah, looks like it is going to be that eBay. Yeah, 2-fact eBay is relatively standard. You also usually see the armory off of 2-fact, but we've only seen that once in like 9 games of Mihu, so...
Wow, Bonyth also going 3-gate Observer.
This is just what people are comfortable doing against Mihu, I guess. Which makes sense. I mean...
He is hyper-aggressive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, Vulture coming out here, gonna be skirting around, just scouting around the map, trying to sneak around, make sure we don't run any goons, maybe lay some mines later for some map control and vision. So nothing too wild so far. Second add-on finishes. We're going to keep an eye on that and see if he wants to go into double tanks. We got our typical safety turrets coming down. One at the front, one on the ramp. The one at the front's more of like an anti-DT just in case. And then the one behind the middle line of your natural.
Sneak in, he's not going to make it.
Actually, I guess maybe it's just a... Well, I would call it an observer deterring turret, but it's not like we have a turret ring, so... I think there we just started our armory.
Bonyth on this timing of this third Nexus, though. 6:30, man. He doesn't miss a beat.
Yeah, that feels pretty good for Dewalt. There was no mines or anything, right, to try and to even have to dig through, so nothing delaying that either. So far, so good for Bonyth.
Bonyth looking good, hitting his build in stride. Mihu, we'll see what he decides he's going to pull out soon.
Yeah, going into Vultures here, so it's not going to be like those crazy tank pushes that he's been going for. He just went up to 4 tanks, and then now he's making Vultures to come out on the map. But Bonyth does spot it with his Observer.
He loves those Reavers, so we have the extra turrets going down. It's kind of funny, right? Versus Dewalt, he really lacked turrets, and now all of a sudden we're making extras.
Yeah, definitely showing a lot of respect for Bonyth's shuttle play, his Reaver play specifically, right?
Yeah, Bonyth here getting up this third base. Good transfer. Everything is hitting well for Bonyth. Nothing, not missing a beat. Looking good on his build here.
Oh. A little bit of damage there on that goon from that mine. And Vulture is going to get picked off there. We did get 2 Vultures that slipped out past the goons from Bonyth earlier. I think they took a few shots, so maybe a little bit softened up at least. But going to tuck up against this Nexus. Focus down some of the probes here. So only 2 probes going to go down. Lay a couple mines. Retreat out the backside. And these little things are important. It's important for 2 things, right? We're killing a couple probes, and we're also making it where Bonyth isn't just completely comfortably doing whatever he wants. We're making him work. We're making him lose focus. Wow, it actually comes back in for 2 more.
Good micro there again, though, for Bonyth. Catching make sure to catch Vulture. And once again, 5-fact +1 here. Ozzy, are you surprised that Mihu wants to push out?
Not entirely. It's funny. Any other player, I would have said, well, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's pushing, right? Because you can 5-fact in the third. But because it's Mihu, 5-fact only means pushing.
Oh, no. Oof.
All right, now we see the siege there from Mihu. Does pick off 1 Dragoon. And I think we are building up for that push. We got those 4 turrets coming down. These are always good to put down, even if you're not necessarily planning on expanding right away. You do want control of this position. You don't want observers spotting you too easily. You don't want shuttles flying in to break it later.
Yeah, I think this is fine. Pushing it back. Bonyth recognizing, hey, there's no command center just yet here, so probably going to be typical Mihu. Go, go, go. But Bonyth, a little light on his gateway count right now. There, Ozzy. Like, it's only 4.
Yeah, we got that Stargate on the way, right? So he's hoping to defend it with what little he has and try to transition potentially into carriers. I didn't see if he went Citadel or not, so it could be Arbiter. I wasn't paying the most attention there, but actually just going to go for a bit of a counter attack with these shuttles. And Bonyth might just go on for a full-on counter attack play.
Seems like that's what he's going to go here. But a lot of stuff set up here. Ozzy, I don't know, man. 1 Reaver and 6 Zealots. Are they going to get it done?
Yeah, Mihu did have those safety tanks that were made. Oh, when we
the Reaver goes down! Oh no! And Mihu's already on the 3rd. He has tanks on this high ground. Leaves 1 tank to kill it there. I mean, we're pure Dragoons trying to go up a ramp against tank Vulture SCV.
Yeah, this one's over.
Mihu sieging the Nat and is killing the 3rd with 1 tank.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of what I was talking about, right? A little bit of just kind of cold hands, you know, from Bonyth, letting that Reaver die like that, losing his observer to the turrets even when we're trying to push up this ramp. So some mistakes from Bonyth here to start this off, and that counterattack gonna be shut down. Like you said, the tank on the 3rd, and there we go. GG. Mihu gonna take that win and gonna get us going with a 1-1 score to start us off.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Bonyth's going to have to adjust a little bit. I think he's so used to being able to play 4-6 gateways and stop these pushes. Mihu just being that next level with his macro cycles not missing. He's having a few more units. So Bonyth couldn't engage the army, goes for the counter. That wasn't it. He needed just to get the gateways out, then get the carrier. So maybe he can just adjust a little bit by adding a couple gateways earlier, stopping push 1, and then adding his carriers. Just to kind of tweak what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I completely agree. You don't want to be going carriers into a 5-factor, 6-fact push. Those pushes are specifically designed to kill carrier builds as well. Like, there's just no way to stop those while getting into carrier transition. So, yeah, I agree 100%. Maybe control the game a little bit first, then start worrying more about our transition into tech.
Yeah, so I think if he could do that, I think he'll be fine. What's good is he has Death Valley next. That's his pick, right? And who knows? I think we're gonna see something crazy. I think we're gonna see something interesting. So I mean,
imagine he picks Death Valley and we get a 23 Nexus build or something from Bonyth, and he just goes gateway, man. Like, that would be the most anticlimactic thing I've ever seen.
Honestly, it would break my heart. I'm hoping to see some craziness here from Bonyth.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe the old proxy double gate in base. Could you imagine? 9-9 in Mihu's base. Ooh.
I will say, so I've talked about this before, and I'm going to mention again on this map. I actually unironically think this is a really good Terran map. One of the things that I feel like makes it really good is that you can do a full wall with Barracks Depot, but I'll talk about that a little bit more in game. We're going to hop into game 2 here. Bonyth versus Mihu on Death Valley. Alright, spawning here in the bottom right, we have our Terran player Mihu. And his opponent spawning here in the top left, we have Bonyth.
All right, Bonyth. Show me something crazy.
Yeah, keeping an eye to see if there's any early probes. Doesn't look like that's going to be happening. But yeah, what I wanted to say about this map for Terran, at least one thing I like about it, I feel like it's actually a really good 13cc map, or at least 15cc, because it's a 2-player map where you're allowed to do a full wall with just a barracks and a depot. So even like, for instance, if they go for like gas deal or something, you actually can get your wall up before the probe would get there.
Well, Bonyth's not going to let that happen. He set the probe down for the gas deal.
Yeah. Yeah, probe on the way. It is going to be that gas still from Bonyth.
Do a Bonyth. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
And this is a very early gas still, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just going to be straight into Nexus? That's what it looks like to me.
It could be just a 12 Nexus after, yeah. Which is a very common way now to play this. We saw that in ASL with Eclipse being back, where so many of the professional Protoss players would do a gas seal and do a 12 Nex Forge, 12 Nex Gateway, but I think he put down a Gateway in his main.
He did, yeah. Mihu gonna get that repair and let us even before it goes down, so.
Is he gonna go double gate or something?
It's 2 shots though. Oh my god, he got it.
Got him.
And it's 1 hit left, 1 HP.
Oh, he's out. Look at the moves on that probe.
That's one of those things where it's that's a mental victory right there. That'll mess with you.
That was good stuff. So Bond did opt for the gateway and a gas.
Yeah, and second pylon, so it's gonna be Zealots. I'm surprised he made the gateway so far back if he wanted to go Zealots.
Maybe he's gonna go into a very fast robo.
Yeah, this is a little bit interesting. A little bit different.
Well, that
I mean, maybe the Zealot might just purely be for stopping this, actually. He's going to turn back on that and kill that SCV. Yeah. You know that probe is going to be chasing that SCV until it dies. And yeah, here we go. Going to be trying to cut it off. Catches up to it. Bam. Down it goes.
Yeah.
Gets the cancel on that. And this Nexus is extremely far ahead of Mihu's expansion. It's a great start for Bonyth so far.
Yeah, I'm really curious if he was just going to put CC down or try to pressure with. Wow.
Oh, he's even going bunker first.
Wow. Wow.
Off of 3 Marines, too. I guess he didn't see the Nexus drop, did he? He saw the second pylon.
Maybe, I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe he was worried about the second Zealot, but this could not be much of a better start for Bonyth. That's 2 SCVs down. We haven't lost our probe. And our opponent went bunker before CC with our Nexus opening, so Bonyth definitely enjoying a really, really good lead.
Going second gateway as well, so he's going to put a lot of pressure on here to Mihu and make him force the repair.
Yeah, I actually like this instead of rushing for the Robo because you know that he's not going to be able to get Vultures out anytime soon, so you're not really rushing for the Observer. And it's going to make Mihu uncomfortable. Yeah. And that'll scare you. Like, this is a pretty big mind game because as Mihu, what you're thinking is, all right, this guy picked Death Valley. He's shown us that he's willing to do some really weird stuff, and he just committed 2 probes to blocking me from getting inside his base, and I've only seen 1 Zealot. He is purposely making Mihu extremely scared of something weird when Bonyth is actually just playing relatively normal behind it.
I like the double gate first too. He'll put a lot of pressure on, force siege mode out, right? And then be able to take, if he wants to get to the bottom side of the map, 1 probe. Bond skip just a probe. That'd be impressive.
Yeah, how far were we from tank? I don't know how much damage we're actually going to be able to get with goons. Yeah, it looks like we're getting pretty close to that tank. But Bonyth's mining out that bottom side, going to be taking us 3rd. Probably soon-ish, but yeah, these 3 goons going to walk across the map. We see those safety turrets from Mihu. Well, just the 1 turret, actually.
He's getting himself all set up for everything, so mind game's working a bit.
Yeah, and here we go. Gonna just chip away at this a little bit before that tank comes out. Gun range not quite ready yet, but it's gonna be finishing relatively soon, so even just standing here, right, forces Mihu to pull a few SCVs, so being here is damage in and of itself, but that tank is gonna get out just as range finishes. And this is 5 goons, though. He might try to pounce on this. Yeah, just gonna take a couple pot shots while he lets these continue to chip away at that bunker. A few more SCVs have to come off the line and match the number of goons, right? It's 5 SCVs for 5 goons. This is a lot of lost mining and honestly a decent bit of minerals being spent as well.
Yeah, a whole lot, right? That repair is not free. And he's getting a lot of damage down, man.
Yeah, Mihu just saw the number of goons and he wanted to wait for siege mode. And I would say that was really good for Bonyth because it's not like this was a big commitment from him, right? Like it's not like he's cut anything to get this done.
Yeah, no, everything is pretty standard for him. He's getting his 3rd Nexus up already. He has a Reaver Tech on the way. He is just hitting his stride. He is in good shape here.
Yeah, a lot of times when you see like a bunch of goons shooting a bunker and you're waiting for your tank or waiting for siege mode, it's because, you know, you went like 15 CC or something and they went straight for goons. But this is a case where Bonyth's Nexus was actually much quicker than the CC, and he was also pressuring. So yeah, Bonyth is sitting pretty right now, I'd say.
Yeah, interesting turret placement by the factory over there. I guess for a shuttle that would fly down. But
yeah, it is a bit of an interesting one. I agree with that.
Bonyth's getting into 3rd base, and as we thought something crazy, but nothing crazy, just standard stuff.
Yeah, honestly, this looks like, and I say this knowing it's not what happened. This looks like Bonyth practiced some stuff on this map and practiced some optimizations, but we all know Bonyth doesn't practice anything.
Correct. No practice for that, man.
Just a natural talent.
That's it.
Like this, by the way, he saw that SCV go up there, which can go all the way around the map to scout, and Bonyth started moving a goon around to intercept in case that's actually what he went for.
Okay, well, we see the shuttle here. So
look at this like wide open base, though.
I know.
Like, there's no way you can build a turret ring for this, and even getting to spot the shuttle coming out is a big win for Bonyth.
Ooh.
Of course we're going for this. This is some of the Bonyth magic that you'll see. Being able to play between the tank shots there and pick off that tank for one zealot. Gotta be careful though, we're flying to that turtle. It does look like we looked away. And we are gonna get one shot off onto the tank here. Once again, playing between the tank shots, even shooting through the mineral line, gonna get that tank. That one unfortunately is gonna dud. And we gotta be careful because this is a... Wow, that is perfectly outside the range of that tank, by the way. I did not think that was safe.
Oh, big hit.
Thankfully for Bonyth, there is not a turret up there. He goes fly past his dropship. Mihu, I think he did the whole, if I don't move, maybe he won't see me. With that dropship.
Oh man. Bonyth's got that scare was going to be even bigger. Got all excited for that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, SCVs have more HP, right? Because so many of them got really low, but didn't die. That is one of our advantages as the Terran player. That if you're a Protoss or a Zerg player, every single one of those workers just died.
All dead. But not today for Terran. You got 60 HP. You're good. All right, counter drop coming in here.
Yeah, counter drop coming in here. Bonyth a little bit out of position for it, despite having spotted it a couple times earlier. Gonna target the dropship immediately to make sure these units go down. But a lot of probes gonna go down. A little bit slow of a reaction from these units in his base as well. But he does have these cannons up here at least, so that is gonna be the end of that. But I don't know, what was that, like 5-6 probes maybe? It was decent damage, but for a dropship, 2 vultures and a tank, I don't think that's good enough.
Yeah, maybe not valued the best. I mean, he did get to scout and see that it is double robo, so we're going to see dropship style here. But I don't know how much that really changes so far in this game, you know? I think bottom of the nose needs to just hold this push, and he's in great shape.
Yeah. And he has a great supply for it.
With 5 shuttles and just drop in the main.
It is something you have to worry about a lot of times when you go for these pushes. But Bonyth has such a good supply right now that I'd like for him to go for this push, but of course he doesn't know exactly what his position is. But he knows he had a good start. He knows he's got some damage done with that Reaver. And Mihu's going to have to push up a high ground right now. He has this one Wraith to try and put a timer on it, but here we go. Big drops on top of the tanks. Nice Reaver shot before he goes down. Does soften up and kill one of those tanks, but Mihu consistently floating these buildings in here to soak damage. Look at that.
Yeah, that was incredible. I thought he was going to get run over right there, but he held his ground. Fighting here is odd, right, Ozzy? Like, both high grounds? Like, you're fighting down into some units, but up into the others? Like, it's very awkward to take a fight here.
Yeah, it was awkward.
You know, Bonyth's just trying to, I think, hold this ground right here. Like, another eBay, Ozzy. So the barracks is dead, but the eBay is here. Like,
dude, Mihu is crazy for this. I love it. It's such a good play. But here we go. Another redrop, and once again, the Goon's getting stuck on the building yet again as Bonyth goes for this fight. And honestly, once again, a lot of DPS being missed out on. Does clean up a lot of these tanks. There's still one tank left over, and a lot of vultures. Mihu is cleaning this fight up, but I don't know if he can continue pushing without the tanks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he may have done enough to... Ozzy, come on. He may continue pushing. You know he's going to continue. He just may not have the... Oh, we have a whole group of units in the top left. Bonyth!
How our supply was so high and where our units were, but that is a huge mistake. If he has those units, he crushes this attack, I think.
Yeah. 100.
Oh my god, that Reaver shot.
We don't even need those units. We don't need the units. We have a Reaver.
Bonyth, please, not like this.
Bonyth's gonna lose this game. Like, what? Oh, he found them. Okay. No, he didn't. They're still in the top left. No. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, he has enough supply to break this push, but Mihu's getting into a good position here. He's got the tanks here on the high ground shelling away at these pylons. We're going to see another drop here with the shuttles. There's 2 more Reavers that are involved in this as well. And there we go. Big Reaver shot's going to take out 2 of the tanks. One of the Reavers does go down. Next tank. The Goons can't quite land the shot on this high ground. There we go. It finally goes down.
Oh my god. If he just had those other 10 units right now, we would just be crushing this. Come on, Bonyth, find them!
Yeah, every fight has been so close to Bonyth breaking through, and I can't help but say it, if he just had these units on the side here, I feel like he would have beaten every attempt so far when he tried to break.
Yeah, Mihu floating for the first time. We really see him floating money, too. Bonyth, he's got like 20 supply back there, man.
He's going to abandon this base now. He's going to go for another bus while he abandons the workers there. A little bit of a mind drag, but Mihu does avoid it. 2 more Reavers rejoin the fight here. And I think both Reavers just... Okay, there is 1 more Reaver under there. It does at least get that tank, but Mihu's starting to catch up in supply and actually take a supply lead for the first time this game.
Oh man, I can't believe this Bonyth is going to be so annoyed. We're going to land both buildings and block everything off, aren't we?
Mihu is, like, mined out, though. He's about to be on just 1 base mining there at the top side. And that's pretty much going to be it.
I can't wait to see Bonyth's face when he looks at the top left finally.
Mihu saw it.
He's like, what are those units doing back there? That's it. They're special recall units that are being held up.
Yeah, there is a chance that we get into a game state where Bonyth has retreated to the bottom left and rebuilt his base there, and when he's losing his main base, those units will be pulled into the attack.
Yeah, I mean, there is some space to drop stuff here, man. Kill both armories.
Alright, so yeah, a little bit of counter damage here. Bonyth can just kill these extractors and just kind of abandon the side of the map. And just play on the left side. There's a lot more bases on the left side.
He really should just do that. Like, he really should kill these simulators right now before Mihu walks up here and starts getting into his main.
Mm-hmm. He found the units, boys, and we see a smirk.
Look, there's the little smirk. Like, there's the rest of my units.
I'm surprised he decided not to kill these extractors.
Yeah, you and me both. I mean, he's still got that counter drop going in the main. Like we've killed both armories that had upgrades going. We had supply depots.
Yeah, this is really good.
Oh
On the other side of the map.
Mihu's mined out.
Yeah, he's just on one base mining up here at the top side, whereas Bonyth is still mining on 2 bases. Maybe he wants Mihu to come up here so he can try to fight it up here, but the gateways are actually kind of in the way. And it's going to allow Mihu to get in a position. But here we go, Bonyth going to go for another break attempt, and once again our goons are shooting a building floating in the air here.
It's unbelievable, man. How much damage... Oh! Huge scarab! Bonyth may have done it here, Ozzy. He's cleared this army.
Yeah, all of a sudden he just had a bonus round of units there that he found, and that seemed to have been finally what he needed to break this push.
Yeah, he finally breaks it, and he is on 3 bases versus, well, 2 mining, I guess, and you got Mihu just on 1 base.
Yeah. I'm wondering if the reason Bonyth didn't kill that extractor was because he doesn't want Mihu to get this other base on the side, right? He knows that Mihu is only mining on this side. And I think he just wants to be able to have access to keep fighting him over here, because he has the pylon down there, he sees a Mihu doesn't have that other base, so he knows he doesn't have to worry about anything coming out just yet. So he's going to have the left side pretty much all to himself for now, and he wants to be able to fight on the right side. And that'll keep Mihu on this side of the map while he can continue expanding on the left.
Yeah, maybe he'll just drop in the main again. Oh, he's killing the assimilator now.
Alright, well. I'm just always wrong.
Oh, he stopped. He stopped. He was stopped.
You see those scams coming down looking for those shuttles. And here we go. Shuttle's gonna fly in on top of this army. I think Bonyth wants to break this so that he can stop the production from Mihu. Even 3 DTs mixed in here.
Thank God for that random turret.
Alright. He's gonna clean up a lot of these tanks though. But I don't know, what do you think? Was that worth it?
I don't know if that was worth it. 3, 4 DTs, 3 shuttles. I don't know. We got 3 Wraith now too here. Because we're really, what, 2 base versus 1 base, and for Terran that's playable.
It's not the end of the world, yeah.
You know? I mean, if he busts, I think he wants to just bust the space. I think he's gonna go for it here, but
yeah. And he has to be careful. Like, now that this side of the map is open, his expansions are gonna be exposed here. I love this pylon wall that blocks his gas, so that he just never mines his gas. I mean, he can eventually, obviously, but it'll be suboptimal.
He doesn't need it, you know.
Vultures do find that 4th base from Bonyth that was coming down, so that's probably going to get denied. And Bonyth pushing up this way, it's going to cause Mihu to bring his army back up in this direction. Surely we at least cancel this Nexus.
Yeah, we might just try to bust right here. He could just go on the high ground and fire down the SCVs, you know.
Yeah. That being said, he is going to full commit here. Shuttle's going to come in with Zealots on top of these tanks. He's going to try to fully bust this. Even some Templar coming down, going to storm towards the SCVs, but actually a bit of a whiff there from that first storm.
Yeah, first storm not great, but these Zealot bombs are incredible. So, oh, there's a good storm. Tanks going down. This could be it. Bonyth breaking through here on Mihu. Mihu now not mining.
Yeah, absolutely no mining happening right now for Mihu, whereas Bonyth is still mining on 2 bases.
So it looks like Bonyth here finally getting into that ultimate winning position where Mihu is struggling on bases. Oh, here we go. He's just going to try to... Never mind, he's running away.
Yeah, Mihu does get another base up and running here on the bottom side, so he might try to stay a little bit longer. Looks like we have some games dying too. Yeah, I know. They never quit, man. We ain't quitters.
Why leave? We have one more base to mine from, you know? Yeah, I think right now Bond is feeling good at the game state. You know, he does need another base if he's going to continue this on, but I think he should be able to... Oh, he does have a ton of his army on the other side of the map here, Ozzy, which makes things a little bit difficult, right? Like, this is where this gets weird. We have a whole group of units and a Templar there. Is this enough to overtake the army just by itself? It looks like
it does look like he has a lot, yeah. And this is a pretty meager army here from Mihu. Just 3 tanks here. We see 3 more shuttles flying again, so Bonyth gonna quickly try to break this position. Looks like he had some second thoughts. He might be... Okay, he wanted to clear the mines out some to get the timing a little bit better, so kind of sync up his push a little bit here. Ooh. Even the mine drag killing a bunch of the vultures there. Reavers not even needing to fire. And yeah, we're gonna push this back. We're gonna chase this command center down potentially. Maybe push this all the way back into Mihu's mining base.
54 supply in a dream here.
What's Mihu's upgrades? What are we believing in right now as Mihu? 1-0?
Oh, no. We've lost both armor back here.
Yeah, we lost our armories earlier, yeah. And yeah, here we go. Bonyth's gonna push him all the way into this base and break this base too. He's saying, alright, fine, if you want me to kill you, then I will finish you off.
You know you're in a bad spot when SCVs are fighting Reavers.
Yeah, we used to make a joke where with proper drilling anything is possible, but when you're fighting against Reavers, I don't think the drill can save you.
Okay, we're not mining. We have 33 supply.
We see Bonyth kind of smiling there a little bit.
The GG.
And there we go, GG. That was kind of a moment where Bonyth is like, come on, Mihu.
Like, you've lost. It's okay, man. Let's just move on to the next map. But Bonyth there, a little bit of mind games, Ozzy, kind of using the map to his advantage, make it look like he's do something crazy. He plays very standard. Despite missing a whole group of units for his fight, he was able to overcome and take this map from Mihu.
Yeah, I got really worried. I was worried this kind of self-inflicted hard mode that Bonyth imposed on himself was going to cost him the game, and I'm sure if he lost, he would have been absolutely kicking himself for that, but still wins the game, so instead it's something we can laugh about.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely not the way you want a losing match, right? Like, you're like, oh my god. But, so he gets a win on his map pick, so we're back to Mihu's choice, which is Polestar. Very standard macro type of map, right? Again, Ozzy, we kind of said that before.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a map that I like as a Terran player as well. I do think it's a really good carrier map. If you get the carriers, there's a lot of dead space between the bases that can be pretty annoying to fight against. So I think this will be another instance of, if Bonyth does get into late game and gets into carriers, I think that'll be a good position for him. But we all know Mihu does everything he can to avoid that kind of a game state.
Yeah, and another good map for Bonyth uses Reavers to stall with the, coming into the high ground middle. So if he wants to use that to his advantage, we could probably see that happening. But got to be careful. I mean, he played a no carrier double robo style there and got the win. So maybe that's something he wants to consider continuing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I know I do kind of keep talking about carriers over and over again, but Bonyth obviously is good at something other than carriers, right? Like, he showed us his shuttle style is also very strong.
Yeah, we might want to see some of that going into the next game. Why mix it up when you've won already one game like that?
Yeah, it's a very valid point.
Right. It looks like we are ready for game number 3 here. Bonnie up 2-1 because he started with a win, being in the winner's bracket final, coming through that route. But we were saying Mihu has gone through the entire bracket, so Bonyth is the last one left. Final boss. All right, here we go. Game 3 starting up.
All right, spawning here in the bottom right corner, we have our Chinese Terran player Mihu, currently down 1-2. And Bonyth currently leading the series, spawning here in the bottom left as our blue Protoss.
Alrighty. What are we going to pull out here? We're going to have a lot of standard stuff or what?
It's hard to say. I never trust Bonyth. When I see him smirking like that, nothing's happened yet. I see him smirking to himself. Maybe he's thinking about that last game, thinking about those units again, or maybe he's cooking something up that's got him laughing a little bit. So, so we got to keep an eye on Bonyth. He knows that in a straight-up game against Mihu, it is going to be pretty difficult. He did navigate that last game really, really well. I loved pretty much everything he did in that early game. He found himself in a great early game advantage. And I genuinely feel like the only reason it looked like a pretty big struggle was because of this mistake of Bonyth leaving so many units behind.
Yeah, that's why I think it was much closer than it was, but he was able to overcome, get the victory. Doesn't have to be angry and sad about it, because that's one of those things that could definitely poke Tilt Monster.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to be right back. Sorry, give me like 30 seconds. I'm going to let you solo for just a moment.
All right, I'll make sure I keep the early game commentary top-notch here. Let's see if Mihu is going to try to play this gasless this time, or it doesn't matter. Bonyth getting the first scout anyway, and Mihu immediately takes the gas frame and sees the probe, so just a 12 gas here. But Bonyth just phenomenal at scouting today. Always getting to that first base right away. Uh-oh. Bonyth probe harassing this SCV, delaying a bit. He said, come here, buddy. I just want to give you a little bit of a tase. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. This probe is causing a lot of havoc. Look at this. This is wild. He's got to repair it. It's messing up his mining. Bonyth just wreaking havoc with his probe. Second depot seems a little bit late. Probe harass. Really pushing Mihu to the max here.
Alright.
One Marine factory. Pretty standard what we've seen from Mihu almost all the games, so nothing much changing other than everything being a little bit delayed because the probe harass was crazy.
Oh, did we get any SCV kills with it?
We didn't, but we had to repair one for forever and keep running it around. It was a magic moment, you know?
Yeah, sorry to walk away and start asking questions. Did Mihu look like he was going for this 15cc thing again, or?
He took his gas on 12 before he even saw the probe, so I guess not.
Alright, cool. So yeah, that probe harass can be kind of annoying too, because it actually delays that factory by a fair amount, especially when you have to pull an extra to do repair and things like that. It really does disrupt it, because it really comes down to like pretty much every single mineral, right? So if you get disrupted at all, it will actually add several seconds to that factory timing.
Wow. And a bunker again first here.
Yeah, and this time we're not skipping anything as Mihu, right? We went straight to 3 Marines, we went bunker before CC, so he's being absolutely as safe as possible. He doesn't want to die to anything crazy. So Mihu does the thing. This is something I've actually talked about with Terran players before, and I've always talked about how bad it feels, but it seems like Mihu doesn't care at all. He's just a good enough player that it doesn't matter. So, technically, if you don't scout Protoss early, you're supposed to either make extra Marines or make that bunker, because you don't know if they made a Zealot or not. And if you don't make that bunker and they show up with the Probe Zealot Goon, and you have 3 Marines, you actually just pretty much lose the game. But I've always talked about how bad it feels to make this bunker before CC, but Mihu seems to have no issues with it whatsoever.
Yeah, he just... I think he just is... Oh, no, we got it. Oh, no.
Yeah, and here with 1 shot left, too. The probe does chase it down. That was actually really important, because that just saved, like, 2 more probes' lives.
Oh, did he not see the DT, though?
Oh, no, he did not. That being said, we do have our eBay on time. And he has been making the safety turret every game so far against Bonyth, so...
Wow.
I wonder if this is more of a... do you think this is a sign of respect or maybe disrespect that he is skipping turrets against Dewalt and not against Bonyth.
Yeah, it must be player specific, right? Like, it's very interesting that he totally switched up. Maybe he knows that. I mean, not that Bonyth really ever goes DT that often, but
yeah, exactly. He's not like a DT player, right? Come on, getting full damage onto that goon.
I think Bonyth did it on purpose to walk his DTs over there nice and easy.
Yeah. Could be disappointed when he sees this turret there and still these safety mines. Man, this is so safe from Mihu. There's no way DTs are walking up front doing any damage here. No. I mean, it's very interesting what read he has on Bonyth that he knows to drop a couple of the... oh man, we're running into mines. Drop these safety turrets in case this is happening. Uh-oh. We got the Nexus down, thank goodness. Yeah, Bonyth's gonna be very disappointed when he sees just the full defensive setup here from Mihu. Oh no! Two guns go down, soften up from those earlier mines. And we're gonna walk one DT through, we're gonna see that turret. But does the second one go? Okay, no, not with the extra units too. He's not gonna try to commit for it. Mihu just watched like 3 units dying. He's like, I'm pushing. That's it. Here we go. Into DT without a scanner, by the way. Like, oh! What is Mihu
What are we
doing?
doing?
This is the craziest
What
thing.
are we doing? What are we doing, Oz? This is just wild, man.
I am blown away at Mihu's decision to walk away there.
To walk out into the open map with DTs?
I'm just at a loss for words right now. This is a huge mistake from Mihu. The game was all but secure, I feel like, with how bad this was going for... He's going to shoot his own buildings, potentially? No? Okay. Are we going to lift this? Surely we lift this CC, though, right? Okay. Getting a little bit worried. It's starting to get pretty low there. Bonyth made, like, 7 DTs, by the way.
He could just walk up here with the 1 DT, clear a mine, let the tank hit the goon and kill the tank and the turret with the...
He actually could, that's 100% true. And Mihu killing the eggs. Because he's going to need to come down the ramp at some point, I guess. But he has to pretty much wait for scanners at this point. He's going to try and get some mines up here. Bonyth looks like he's not looking. So at least going to lose one of the DTs. Second DT and again going to go down. But he's just doing everything he can to continue to delay this as long as he can.
I mean, he can't... even though he has 3 factories, Bonyth's on 3 base, he's gunning up in units here. I'm wondering if that's a storm drop behind this.
Hmm.
Right? Like, to really just... Maybe not, maybe it is a Reaver. Yeah,
Scan is about to finish here, so he's going to be able to clean this up, finally.
I'm still a little shocked how this game started in terms... Not started, but how we got to this position here. Oh my god, he's not going to scan. He's not going to have a scan.
Oh my god.
He's not... Yep, he's got to abandon the net again. Oh my god.
Actually right-clicks the command center. He's trying to force it to lift or cancel the comsat, but yeah, the mine placement good enough, so he's gonna have to wait for that comsat to finish here.
Oh my god. Mihu, what are you doing? You know there's a...
Mihu's being crazy. That was almost, if Bonyth was watching and he committed just a few more like pixels there, he could have lost that entire transfer.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy. Mihu's crazy, man. Alright, well, I felt like it was a disaster opening for Bonyth, and then he got the DTs in, he found a lot of damage, and now the game is completely fine for Bonyth.
Yeah, I don't know how we got here that quickly, but we did.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. He is going to be pushing these goons potentially into these mines, but Bonyth does see with the observers. He's going to make sure that doesn't happen. And of course, Mihu, you know, he sees there's DT opening. Let's push into this. We're not even bringing SCVs for turrets. And here we go. Gonna be a bust attempt here from Bonyth. Does have 2 shuttle full of Zealot here. Gonna jump on top of these tanks. So a couple of the tanks gonna go down. Almost 3 tanks. 2 of them extremely low right now. There we go. Gonna finish off a couple of these tanks. So Bonyth gonna clean this up pretty nicely and shove this back. And that lead that he had just got bigger in Raz.
Yeah, this was best case scenario for Bonyth, right? That Mihu just pushes into his army and he crushes it. I mean, he's healthy, saturated 3 bases. Mihu is losing his eBay because he's trying to float it for his fight.
I do love that Mihu does that. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times, but it is actually one thing he does that I think is super strong and has made a big difference in some of these fights. The amount of damage that those buildings will soak when they're floating above the goons. Like, you have all those zealots running, and the goons end up being kind of your main DPS, right? There's 2 main DPSs that you're looking for. It's your goons and it's your zealots causing splash. And if you've got, you know, 15 goons shooting a building, then that's a lot of missed out damage.
Yeah, I think it's crazy, right? And of all games now, Mihu is now trying to take a third while pushing, of course.
Yeah, it's when it comes to Mihu, it's Mihu's doing this and pushing, right? Like, that's just the end of every sentence when you're talking about Mihu.
Yeah, I mean, supply not as bad as it could be, right? Like, pretty good for what the game has been so far.
Mm.
So Mihu's still in a little bit. Maybe if Bonyth were to throw hard in the setup location, but Bonyth taking a 4th base, has a good gateway count, tech is ready, so he's doing a good job.
Yeah, Miu's ability to macro is kind of insane. It just seems like he's never like super far behind in supply unless the game's completely over. I do like this kind of cross-spawn hidden Nexus type thing here from Bonyth, but here we go. We got another couple of shuttles flying in with these Zealots and Goon, or Reaver here. Great target on that Reaver, right center mass on top of those Vultures and tanks. And Bonyth gonna clean this push up again very, very nicely. And this does give him access to that 3rd base if he wants to deny that a little bit.
Yeah, I think he can get in there now for sure. He's taking down most of the tanks once again. Only
And
2 tanks, now 3 coming, man. I feel like he might be able to bust this location.
We see that Mihu's been scouting around for this extra base. He seems a little bit confused about how Bonyth isn't on 4 bases right now. The Vulture just ran around the map, laid a couple mines. It just checked top left, just checked 9 o'clock in case the mine wasn't spotting. And he's like, okay, what's going on here? Why is Bonyth on 3 bases?
Oh my goodness, Ozzy, if he drops a Zealot into this SCV line.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, but he caught it with the next one. Actually caught the transfer. A bunch of SCVs down on the bottom side to another mine. So, actually, a big chunk of SCVs went down. We were both watching the one mine.
Oh my!
Mihu.
No! Oh!
Oh my god! It's gonna get stuck on the extractor. Tank with the body block.
Oh.
Okay, we got the tank and a few SCVs still. We're playing with an 11 HP Reaver like comfortably right now. That's Bonyth for you. And by the way, also like a pixel out of range of that other siege tank.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like we were really compared to another siege tank, and now Bonyth triple shuttle, maybe quadruple shuttle. There's not many tanks here for Mihu. Bonyth may go to bust this base right here. He's getting the Zealots out. He's supply blocked. Getting ready to go.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of Templars with the shuttles there, so here we go. It's going to be another dive here to under the 3rd. Reaver comes out first, surprisingly, so Reaver does go down immediately. Storms actually come out a little bit, just onto the Vultures here, but honestly, that's good enough. Potentially clearing up these Vultures allows the Zealots to get in here on top of these tanks. And here we go. We had an additional storm.
Ooh,
huge storm on these
huge.
vultures.
Very nice there for Bonyth, clearing out so many units, making this evacuation happen on this base. Not many tanks here to help fight. Getting another decent storm on the vultures, but once again, damage done, Ozzy.
Oh, this CC
Base
is in
evacuated.
a lot of trouble. Okay, looks like he barely is going to get it out. It was maybe just a couple volleys away from dying there, but yeah, traded pretty well onto the army. Didn't kill many SCVs, but that's actually completely fine. We denied the mining here, and we have this extra base in the top right. We're taking the natural as well. I mean, Bonyth's lead is just getting bigger and bigger, and Mihu still doesn't know about these bases up here.
He's going to find that out. Let's see the look on his face. He sees it. Didn't flinch, Ozzy. He didn't flinch.
Stays stoic for now. I'm sure he's feeling it on the inside, but staying calm and just going to try to continue playing it out from here.
It's Terran, man. We ain't dropping. We ain't stopping. Oh,
There go big storms onto these tanks.
Storms.
Oh my god, 3 more tanks go down to those storms. They're going to pick off this last tank and back up. And this just continues to deny the 3rd base from Mihu, while we're mining on 5 base, by the way.
Yeah, and I mean, even these trades aren't great. Like it's 6 goons for 2 tanks. It doesn't matter. Mihu cannot sustain the economy. His main base is mined out at this point. He's very low on the natural. I'm waiting for a storm drop here from Bonyth to just hit this natural man where all the SCVs are, so that we can try to get out and just crush any worker hope that Mihu has.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Mihu finally dislodges this. He's going to reland this, but I imagine we're going to get the killing blow follow-up from Bonyth here. Bonyth is sitting on a pretty nice bank as well behind this. He's always been very focused on controlling his units pretty much to the maximum, getting the absolute maximum value out of it while he builds up his bank. So, not necessarily focusing on macro, but more of a micro player for sure. And he just gets so much value out of his units that it's always completely worth it for him.
Uh-oh.
Here we go, 4 shuttles, Bonyth up, 70 supply, gonna go for this bust yet again. I can't imagine Mihu's gonna be able to defend this.
I don't think so. Even if you flew these shuttles into the main and started dropping there, I don't think it would matter. And here we go. The assault on this base is happening. Bonyth dropping tons of zealots all over the place. Mihu looking like he's holding on though, Ozzy.
He is defending. We're going to get a storm here onto these tanks again there. A little bit. Are we going to get that storm? There it is. Okay, storm comes down. These tanks are softening up from those zealots, so a few more tanks go down. And you know what? Mihu is going to hold. The supply lead stays pretty much the same. Actually, it grew a little bit for Bonyth in the meantime. And oh, this is why. Bonyth, his trademark carriers behind this. This is just
a little
smirk.
He has a little smirk as Mihu scans it. There it is. A little smirk from Bonyth. He is like, yep.
Yeah, I love that. That smile is, yeah, you see it, but what are you going to do about it? And GG, called from Mihu. Bonyth going to go up 3-1. This is game point for Bonyth.
Yeah, not what I was expecting, but I mean, Oz, you just got to say it. What the hell were we thinking walking out with our units into DTs with no scans, man? Like, what are we doing?
That's so true. I'm not going to take away from Bonyth. Okay, Bonyth was able to pull it back. He did everything he needed to do after that. But I agree. What is Mihu doing? He knew there were DTs out. It's not like he had anything to push with either. He had no detection. Like, where was he going?
This is what I'm saying. I just don't understand what the decision was there, because he knows better than that. He knows he has no scanners. Like, where are we going? And then that allows Bonyth to get that DT and kill the turret and wreak havoc and make him lift his natural for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and abandon the workers again. Like, we just put ourselves in such a hole.
Yeah, that was... I don't know. Mihu's insane. The only thing I can think is he was like, all right, that was probably all the DTs. He won't make any more. Let me go kill him right now. Like, I can't imagine any other train of thought. Like, nothing makes sense to me here, but... Yeah, a rare, huge blunder, honestly, from someone of Mihu's caliber. Bonyth pounces on it, and Bonyth turns a massive losing situation into a 1 game. So, credit to Bonyth, too.
Yeah, Bonyth. Now he is one game away from being the BSL Non-Korean Champion as well. So, I mean, he did finish first place in the group, and now is showing why. Mihu, who's been barreling through most players now, is on his last life.
Yeah, yeah, and he has to go up against Bonus map pick right on Eclipse for his first game point here. So it's going to be tough. These two-player maps can be pretty rough for Terran players. That being said, as we mentioned before, if they can navigate the early game really well, it can become very Terran favored pretty quickly. So we'll see how Bonyth wants to do the early game this time. He did get a huge advantage last time they played on Death Valley. And we'll see if Mihu can mitigate some of that advantage this time.
Yeah, we'll see what he's going to do. It's going to be interesting to see what Bonyth does. He's going to go for a gas steal.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's what we're gonna see, but who knows? Who knows with Bonyth, man? It seems like Bonyth is having a lot of fun, and when Bonyth is having fun, you don't know what he's gonna do. You always see him smiling and smirking to himself, and you just never know what's going through his mind.
Who knows? He saw the scan and he had like good little giggle to himself, like, "Yep, you're not just dealing with shuttles, buddy. You got something special there too." I mean, he was on 5 base, right? Like
Mhm.
he was economy was great, everything was strong. So Bonyth's
Yeah,
doing really well with this style, this
yeah,
two robo style.
yeah, and that is one thing too. He is showing us like how strong his shuttle style is. We haven't been able to see his carrier gameplay because he hasn't needed it so far. He's really been showing us his shuttle execution is really strong. His harass is really strong. We already knew his reaver control was really good, but he seems pretty good at taking these engagements as well. And that is kind of Bonyth's specialty, right? He's kind of a micro specialist, right? He's so good at getting the most value out of his units that he can, and in those kind of fights, that can be extremely important.
Absolutely. Will this series be decided on Eclipse? Can Mihu pull it back, or will Bonyth reign supreme again?
Yeah, pretty crazy. We were talking about it feeling kind of Mihu favored, but Bono showing us like I said earlier, it's not like he doesn't have what it takes, and it's fascinating to me to see someone that's a part timer in this game taking down these full timers. Um, Something that I heard Hawk say to Bonyth before after he lost to Dewalt like 4-0 or whatever it was. He was like, "How does a part timer like you take down these full timers? How do you do it?"
Oh, maybe we need to get Bonyth to Korea. Gotta
That's kind of the
try.
dream, isn't it? Like us fans of the foreign scene, us foreigner players, we always want to see a foreigner kind of get it done, and you can't help but ask yourself sometimes, not to gush too much over Bonyth, but you can't help but wonder that if he went full time, what he could get done. But here we go. Looks like we're going into the next game here on Eclipse. Bonyth versus Mihu. Game point for Bonyth. All right, spawning here in the top right corner, we have our blue Polish Protoss player Bonyth, currently up 3-1. One game left to win the grand finals here of this tournament. And his opponent on the opposite corner, we have the Chinese Terran monster Mihu. Can he get out of this early game without being too far behind? Can he get onto the aggression that he likes to get going? He hasn't really been able to find that rhythm too much against Bonyth so far.
Oh, here we go, baby. Bonyth getting that probe out there, looking like a proxy gate is about to happen. Oh, maybe not. Okay, very early scout.
Yeah, I was with you on that one. It was a very early scout for a non-proxy gate. It was kind of in between the pylon timing, right? And the normal pylon scout timing. So, wonder what he's thinking here with this super early probe. I guess he just wants to be in here and harass him a lot. It's the only thing I can imagine.
Or he just wants the earliest gas deal of all time.
when your gas is getting stolen before your depot is done. This feels like a ladder game moment where I'm like, what? Why? What was the point of that? Why so early? I will say, Mihu does a really good job of blocking the probe harass and getting a lot of damage back onto it.
Yeah, he does. His SCV micro is insane.
Look at that, moving shots with the probe gets 3 taps there on the probe before the probe gets 1 onto the SCV. And this is so important because it just minimizes, like, he's not having to pull a second SCV or anything to, like, repair, right? Bonyth is the one that's in danger of losing his probe even. Oh my god.
Is he gonna get it? He didn't get it. He didn't get it.
Alright, we do see that second pylon come down with that gateway before gas, so we're gonna get zealots. Most definitely.
I wonder if Mihu's gonna just play this out standard, or is he gonna hide a Rax, or what do we got going on here?
Yeah, looks like we're just gonna
Okay.
turn around and kill that gas.
Bonyth
I guess he wants to
thinking
go
he's
CC.
funny with this probe. Bonyth having some good laughs once again, running the probe in and out.
Okay, there we go. There's the extra SCVs. I thought it was maybe supposed to be pulled a little bit sooner, but Mihu, of course, does know better than me. Is going to get this eBay down, but I like just making the Zealot not even for harass, but to prevent this from happening specifically. And so here we go. Gas going to come down for Mihu. And I mean, look at this again. Like, I feel the early game navigation from Bonyth is giving him a pretty decent lead right now.
Surprised seeing one Zealot doesn't make, and no core doesn't make Mihu want to do what Mihu does best and just pull the boys and go.
Yeah, he did go up to 4 Marines. Is that even a 5th Marine coming out of his base right now?
So I'm wondering, like, doing all this damage. There's no Dragoon. Can you push?
Okay, looks like he's going to go ahead and make that bunker.
No core yet, man. I don't know. There might have been some opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually thought he might commit to it because it would have forced at least another Zealot, and even then it's a little bit dangerous. You pull a few SCVs. I mean, if you have 4 to 5 Marines, core's not even done, right? He could have been in his base before that core finished. I think he absolutely could have punished Bonyth here.
Yeah,
Mihu definitely has the micro for it. Sorry. Don't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
Alright, Nexus finishes up pretty decently ahead of the CC here.
Some responses are like 3-fac, right? They do like a 3-fac and push.
Yeah, I've seen a 4-fact build on this where it's like a really fast 4-fact, like really heavy vulture with just one, like 2 or 3 tanks basically. It cuts a lot of SCVs, but hits really, really early. It can be super strong. We actually saw Wolfix try that build against Dewalt, but Dewalt did the 2-base 4-gate Reaver before Nexus against Wolfix.
Oh no. So, exactly what I expect here from Bonyth, right? So, gonna get a Reaver out, gonna slow this push down. Question is, which push will Mihu go with that he thinks will get the job done here when he needs the win more than ever?
Yeah. Yeah, it is do or die for Mihu, and it's going to be for the next 3 games, right? He has to win 3 in a row against Bonyth, and while I do feel like Mihu is someone that can get it done, that is a tall order for any player to take Bonyth down 3-0.
Bonyth just gonna go take his 3rd now, I think, and sit back. Once again, Mihu getting more turrets, right? It's so interesting player to player.
Yeah, and that's actually really surprising that he started that turret after scouting the support bay.
Yep.
He just really doesn't want to risk anything against Bonyth right now.
Yeah.
And here we go. We're going to get that Reaver Goon. It's going to be used basically for control. I don't think he's going to be able to find much damage here with the kind of turret ring and a bunch of tanks coming out. Yeah, we're even making that extra turret. So Mihu not skipping any corners, even in my opinion, making one extra turret than what he needed. So he just wants to make sure he's not taking any damage. But Bonyth is taking a third. It's a 6-minute third behind a Reaver. So if Bonyth doesn't take any damage here, which he really shouldn't with the Reavers on the high ground, I like his position a lot so far in this game.
Yeah, I think he's playing it out well. Going to get up to the 4 gates here. Probably try to get the 6 right away because a starport. Wow. Okay, starport coming down here for Mihu. I haven't seen an armory anywhere, have you?
No armory. So yeah, unless it was stuck there. So yeah, just now starting the armory. I don't. This might be for a wraith or a dropship. I'm not entirely sure. If it's a drop, it's kind of late, so it feels like it's probably a wraith. But at the same time, like you don't really make a wraith with a turret ring either.
Well, you can't bust this, so he's got to be careful.
Yeah, walking forward, just taking a little love tap there from me, who's sharking around the shuttle to see if he can find anything, but yeah, confirms that this is very well covered by the turrets. And now the extra factory is coming down from Mihu, but yeah, this is very very different from Mihu than what he was showing against like Zhanhun and Dewalt, right? Where he was really cutting a lot of corners. We're trying to get in here with this Reaper. We're going to take down that shuttle, or that turret, so our shuttle can reign supreme here. Now there is also another turret here on the inside to prevent the shuttle from getting too far, so it is going to have to turn back from that. So no more damage in this is going to be done. Maybe going to take one more little pot shot here. Oh my god, we get 2 vultures there though, so definitely a good pick from Bonyth.
Yeah, really well done from him. He's just doing
even
what he
double
has to
turret. He double turreted the bottom of his natural. He is really worried about Bonyth's harass.
Yeah, he is really trying to just try to deny that as much as he can, and but I think it's costing him, man. I think that's why his pushes against a wall were a little faster, a little sharper, because he wasn't making 7-8 turrets.
Yeah, he's gonna go up to the 6-fact, but this is a late 6-fact because, like you said, of all these turrets that he's making, right? And that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier too, is like we didn't see this against Dewalt and Zhanhun where he would play so defensive and everything, right? He was really cutting the maximum corners that he could so he could optimize his pushes, but yeah, Bonyth, I guess, making him uncomfortable, not wanting to do that. We got this dropship coming across the map. He's going to load up 2 and maybe do a little bit of a double vulture run by after he opens up this wall. We'll see how this goes for him. But Bonyth's set up pretty well.
Yeah, Bonyth's not worried about this here. It seems he is ready, but those 2 goons seem to be trapped up there, so that's unfortunate, but they'll be helpful to him.
Wow.
Cannon not gonna go for it.
Yeah, we got cannons in the mineral lines too. Yeah, we trapped these 2 goons up here. Their goal for the rest of their life is just to protect that base from drops.
That base. Alright, so maybe Mihu's seeing that Bonyth is so far back is gonna go try to take a position on that high ground, which you know he likes to do. Or will he sneak around? Like we've seen Light and whatnot pull back some crazy games by going around through the bottom of the map and setting up and sieging the natural from that tight corridor, but not Mihu. That's too long for him.
It's too far away, man.
Too long. He needs to go directly for it, no questions asked.
Late a mine, kills the mine. Setting up here down in this little valley. But Bonyth taking his time getting all of his units together, not going to jump on this too early. When Mihu started this push, they were even on supplies, so Bonyth's macro is going to be kicking in, so the longer this takes, I feel like the better we'll get for Bonyth. That being said, it's a little bit of a scary moment coming up this ramp now. We'll see if Bonyth responds quickly enough. We're taking a lot of damage on these shells, kind of unnecessarily, a little bit slow to react from Bonyth. Oh, distracted. Oh, we got carriers coming down. Of course
we got the carriers again. No wonder why he's pushing. All right, here we go. Big moment here. This could be it. if we don't get it done. Great target firing here from Mihu. Good mind drag.
Yeah, huge mind drag. Kill a bunch of those tanks and soften them up. Big mine hit onto those goons. We see the OCVs coming because they're here to build the turrets. I don't know that this is good enough for Bonyth, though.
It doesn't seem like it right now. He's going to have to regroup here.
Yeah, these carriers aren't done. There's going to be so many turrets up before these carriers have interceptors out. I am really worried for Bonyth here. I think Mihu is going to get it done from here. He's going to be able to set up here a bunch of turrets as he slow pushes this base and kind of reinforces the tanks. We are going to be dropping more zealots on top of these. Tanks to try and... Oh, but the shuttle goes down. And, yeah, it's not looking great for Bonyth. We don't even have legs on our zealots right now.
No, we skipped all that so we could get right into these carriers. I think he's going to have to try to make a little push here sooner than later, because if this gets mass turret up to 2 carriers, we'll never be able to do enough. Yep. Bring the carriers down, let them fly the interceptors out, drop and use the shuttles.
Mihu even adding an extra factory, he knows that this is it. Either we win with this push or we're out of the tournament, so... Gonna commit everything he's got to getting this done. Bonyth going to abandon this base and start picking as much as he can off of these Reavers on the outside. And it's gonna become a value game. Bonyth gonna be looking for a counter onto a third base, but there is no third base to counter.
Yeah, there's nothing right now. This is it. He's all in.
Yeah, we'll see if Bonyth can get some magic done here, but it's gonna be pretty tough. Even bringing a couple of shuttles here to really commit to breaking a base. But we gotta be careful about not bleeding off too many units. Every single unit gonna be precious here. This Reaver potentially rallying down is gonna actually catch this third base that just started. There's a lot of Goliaths here though. And did we lose Reavers? This is probably a Reaver carrier bust attempt here. Nope. Okay, 1 Reaver. Which immediately gets focused by those tanks. It's going to be very low on HP. I don't know how much Bonyth needs to really commit to a push like this. He really needs to be focusing on just surviving as long as he can. I feel there's too many units here. But the Reaver going to go down, and the carrier is going to be pushed back. There's a lot of Goliath out now.
It would have been great to have the shuttles up here. Might just try to bring out the front while everything was still at home. But now we're not being able to get anything out. All our units are dead. We're trapped. This looks like Mihu has done it here in game number 4.
Yeah, it does look like that. Bonyth, he's going to try to fight his way out of this one. But, I mean, he's starting to lose a bunch of his gateways. He is still building up a couple more carriers. I think he's on 4 carriers right now, maybe 5 and 6 on the way.
Ancient Scion X tipped 20 euros. Zerg for president, please.
I mean, it's going to be tough. The Goliaths at least don't have many upgrades, but we see Mihu taking a supply lead now as these gateways get shelled down. And, you know, a bunch of slow zealots not going to get a whole lot done.
Yeah, we're just really holding on to it here from Bonyth. That's trying to micro, make it happen a little bit. Make Mihu work. Nothing wrong with that, you know. But Mihu pretty much in control of this game. His turrets, Goliaths. Oof. Those Dragoons are not long for this world, man.
Yeah, basically everything Bonyth has, as soon as it spawns, it immediately dies, right? But these 4 carriers going to see what they can get done. There's a lot of turrets here to add to the DPS. 5 and 6 carriers do just now come out. But look at the Goliaths. Look at all the turrets at the natural. This does not feel like Bonyth has any way breaking his way out. Yeah. And Mihu finished his 3rd base on the bottom during this.
Right, let's get those interceptors out.
We've seen some crazy comebacks from Bonyth before, but I don't know if this is going to be one of them, guys.
This is a little crazy. He's got a bunch of carriers out there, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, we got 5 carriers, 6. You know, it's a pretty good number, but I don't know how we get it done.
Yeah, gonna be picking off these Goliaths here on the side, hoping maybe if he can clean this up, he can get 7 and 8 carriers to join this as well. And once he gets up to 8 carriers, he does at least have a lot more potential. But even just killing these interceptors, doing a lot of damage to Bonyth, he really doesn't have the time to be rebuilding all of his interceptors.
No, just too much to fight out here. I mean, if he knew there was a third base, I think he would really be like out of this game. But Carrier 7, bye Carrier 7. It was good for you to join this world.
Insult to injury. Mine's taken out a couple goons.
Carriers walking through the middle of the map, not what you want.
No, this is like the worst place to get caught with your carriers.
Bonyth down 100 supplies, saying I can stay in the game too.
Yeah, carry goes down. GG. Mihu gonna take the series 2-3, and this could be the beginning of the comeback that he needs. Well executed push. What do you think? What do you think about the choice to go carriers there when you're playing against Mihu?
I mean, I know why Bonyth did it, but I think it would have been good if he just kept his Reavers on the high ground and kind of slowed the push down a little bit more, and then brought the army. You know, you're gonna have to go double Reaver to hold it, but you know, I mean, Mihu is sitting back a little bit for him, making so many extra turrets, so his pushes are delayed. So maybe Bonyth feels that.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
You know, but I mean, big win for Mihu, gets him back on his map pick, right? So he should have the ability to feel good about getting a map that he wants now. Deja Vu, really good at pushing, so hey,
That's
6-pack +1, all in, just get it done, see if you can make it happen. It'll be interesting what Bonyth decides to go, because the games that he's gone carriers have been minus, obviously, Polestar, which he didn't get to the carriers he won prior, but might be the play.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit hard for Bonyth because it's such a comfortable unit for him, right? But he wants to go into this unit because it's so consistently a win condition for him, but he's been playing the shuttle style so well, then maybe he should delay these carriers and focus more on doing what's been working for him so well.
Yeah.
Especially on Deja Vu. You know, Mihu showed us when he played against Dewalt on Deja Vu, he has a scary push on this map, especially when it's close spawns, so yeah, we'll see where their spawns are and how Mihu wants to go about it. But I can't help but say, I'm going to predict, okay, wild guess, Mihu's going to go for some sort of 5-factor 6-pack push.
You're crazy. Crazy, Ozzy. I can't believe you'd make such a bold statement as that.
I am a crazy man. So yeah, next up we have Deja Vu. If Mihu wins this, we will go to our final map, which will be Dominator, which to me is a good Terran map, but as you mentioned before, it's also good for shuttle style, but looks like our players are ready. So we're going to hop into this next game here. Mihu versus Bonyth on Deja Vu. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here in the top right corner, we have our Terran player Mihu. And on the opposite side of the map, we have our Protoss player Bonyth. So we are getting cross spawns for Deja Vu, and I feel like this is very good for Bonyth.
Yeah, this is where you want to be, right, PPT? You don't want to be too close to vertical or horizontal. You want to be on the diagonal, so I think that's a good thing for him. I think that helps with rust distances for these pushes. He can slow down the Reavers even more and get himself ready. So all good for him.
Yeah, especially because it seems like Mihu wants to take the shortest route possible when he pushes, so there's actually a chance that Bonyth, if he does get pushed, will be allowed to defend outside on the high ground, because I can only imagine that Mihu's just going to go straight down the middle. Even though it is typically suboptimal or ill-advised, Mihu does not seem to care. He thinks that wasting time is not worth it.
You think he'll finally be able to get off his 15cc?
Yeah, actually, I think this, if he goes for it, this could be the one.
This could be the game, right? Because he's wanted to do it almost a couple games and could not get away with the probe scout getting there.
Yeah. That being said, it is going to be a gate scout from Bonyth, so we may get interrupted anyway. Okay, well, there's our gas, so not going for it this time regardless.
Both players probably just want to hit their best builds, you know?
Yeah, Mihu just maybe not want to take any risk, and he's kind of showed us in his games against Bonyth. He is very, very adamant about not taking any risk, right? He's played way more defensive and kind of safe against Bonyth than any other player. So it kind of makes sense that he wouldn't want to go for early CC too often if he's worried about shenanigans from Bonyth.
Yeah. Mihu probably knows exactly what he wants to do. Practice this map a zillion times. He's ready. Bonyth the same, so just who can hit their build and execute.
Bonyth did go for this early Zealot, but once again, crawl spawn with this, so probably won't find too much value. And at Mihu, you know, as we were kind of talking about, he doesn't seem to skip those extra Marines against Bonyth. He's just always making those 3 Marines.
Yeah, but he got 2 shots up on the 1 Marine, so that's a big deal, right, with your probe.
Oh yeah, that makes it 2 instead of 3, huh?
Yep.
Alright, Zealot gonna get up here. I suspect we're gonna get pretty good micro out of Mihu. Oh, 2 shots actually go down onto that Marine. And yeah, really good splitting here.
Oh my
the
goodness.
add-on almost saved that Marine.
Oh my goodness.
Man, if that Marine lived because of that, that would have been one of the coolest things I'd ever seen.
He purposely blocked with the add-on. That'd be wild. But it's add-on before Vulture, so maybe we're gonna see an FP here.
We might be pushing. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. We made a 4th Marine, lost 1, and went up to another 4th Marine. Yeah, we're continuing Marine production. We are absolutely pushing Bonyth here.
And Bonyth recognizing it, seeing the add-on, going double gate first. Oh,
yeah,
man,
that's actually
these guys playing at such a high level, reading into everything that's going on, you know?
Now the question is, does Mihu abandon since he sees the 2 gate before Robo, or does he push? Pushing here, very, very dangerous, but he's already made the Marines, so he might feel like he has to go. And yeah, there we go. We see him going across the map.
You make me laugh, as if him seeing 2 gateways is going to stop him from pushing across the map.
Yeah, no.
He doesn't care.
Alright, well this could be pretty rough for Mihu. There's potentially 4 goons by the time he gets to this natural. It should be at least 3, and only 1 tank for the major DPS here. I assume range is done for Bonyth by now, based on the Nexus timing. I don't know, not quite done yet actually, so we'll see. We'll see how much Mihu wants to commit to this. We'll see how well this goes for Bonyth. We're gonna get a shield battery actually, so...
Did we skip? Like, why are we so...
Yeah, it does feel like our goons are a little bit late here.
Ooh, big pick.
Yeah, that is actually a big pick. But oh no,
oh, no!
That mind drag. Oh my god,
no!
we moved into it too.
Oh no!
That was maximum damage that mind could have hoped for. We do get the recharge at least on the shields of that damage goon, but it is very, very low. It does recharge a second time. And where's our extra goon? We've had these 2 gateways for a while now.
Oh man. Oh no, man, this is big damage here. Another goon gonna go down. What's that? 3 goons already in probes?
I can't believe this is going so well for Mihu. I do feel like, I don't know if maybe there was a supply block or something that happened somewhere, but it felt like our goons were so late coming out, no?
And this goons are dead, man. There's no shield
Yeah.
battery left. Like,
And
I
even
can't kill
repair it.
this. Yep.
Wow, Bonyth actually going to die to this push just outright.
I can't believe it. I didn't think it would be. But oh no, it blew up.
Both lines going off at once.
Oh, when it opens up the ramp to the egg, and Bonyth, GG, and Mihu making quick work of that
Wow.
game, and you can see Bonyth not happy there.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, he recognized what was coming very early. He prepared specifically for what Mihu was doing, and it seems like he may have made a blunder somewhere along the line, as well as some small micro mistakes leading to some big problems. You know, that big mine hit going off on the goon, dragging it into his other mines, and yeah, just nothing going right for Bonyth on that push from Mihu. So great push from Mihu. I thought it was a bad idea. Mihu instead wins the game with it.
Yeah, Ozzy, what do you know about those pushes? Come on, man. I mean, this is what I fear for Bonyth. I don't think this is the first time he's been up 3-1 or 3-0 and got reverse swept against Mihu. I think it happened a couple seasons ago in a championship or the semifinal where he was up and then lost. But it's a tough place to be right now, right? Like you're up 3-1 and all of a sudden it's 3-3.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
whoa.
momentum definitely on Mihu's side. And, you know, I always ask the question when you're in a game state like this is, you know, Mihu's going to be feeling good coming off of 2 wins in a row. Bonyth going to be feeling the pressure potentially. And can he keep his head in the game, you know, not let it get to him too much? We saw that was the first sign of Bonyth really looking frustrated, right? We saw him shaking his head, kind of muttering to himself and definitely not happy.
All right, Ozzy. I believe we're ready. This will be the final game of the BSL Non-Korean Championships. Here we go.
You want to give us some intros? I feel like you're much better at hyping it up than I am.
All right, here we go. The man who's come back. He's already got 2 in a row. Can he find the third? It's Mihu. And in the bottom center here, still 1 game away, it's Bonyth. All right, on your favorite map, Ozzy, to decide.
Yeah, it all comes down to this, right? After everything we've been through, all the games, all the grind, right? We're down to Game 7, the final game in the absolute grand finals for this tournament, tied 3-3. Who's got what it takes? Is it going to be Bonyth? Is it going to be Mihu? Can Bonyth clean his game up? Can he defend these pushes? This crazy aggression from Mihu. Can he keep his micro clean? And can Mihu continue to execute these builds with borderline near perfection?
All right, let's see the 2-fac. That's it.
Finish it off with a 2-fac.
That's it. Finish it off.
You see Mihu adjusting in his chair, shaking a little bit, kind of anxious possibly, you know, feeling the nerves some. Bonyth always looking cool as a cucumber, but looking actually on the outside a little more frustrated than we typically see. He doesn't seem like he's having so much fun anymore.
Yeah, it looks like he's having his laser focus now. His eyes just beaming in on the screen.
Yeah, and this is an aspect of the game that people don't talk about too often. You know, Mihu, Bonyth, these are 2 amazing players. There is a reason they've made it this far, and you start seeing mistakes at this level, and you start thinking, like, oh, is Bonyth really not that good? But that's not what it is, guys. When you have this much on the line, when you're under this much pressure, it is really hard to play your A game.
Yeah, as much experience, you know, you get back in this moment and it's like, oh no, all the voices come in, all the what ifs, like, oh man, I'm gonna look stupid. I was up 3 with it. You know, you gotta try to shield all that out, but we're all human.
Yep.
Like, we feel that, you know, we feel it.
Yeah, and that's absolutely where I struggle in a lot of my games, where when I'm getting reverse swept, it's like, I feel the embarrassment more so than thinking, you know, right now it's a best of 1, right? Like, that's really should be your mindset, like, everything else aside, don't worry about it. You know, you can bring the experience from the games, you know, the knowledge you've gained from it, but don't let it affect your mental. Don't sit there thinking to yourself that, you know, I've lost 2 in a row and I was up 3-1. Like, this should have been a done deal.
Just gotta win another game. It's just another game, right?
Yeah.
And just for the first time, once again, actually for the first time in series, Bonyth did not scout Mihu first, so Mihu just getting his one Marine factory build out. Bonyth, very standard here. Range coming up. Let's see if we're going to go third pylon or not. Or are we just going to go 21? Oh my goodness, we have the eBay block.
It's going to be a 23 Nexus from Bonyth, so eBay block actually not going to make too much of a difference for him at least. It does mean this goon has to stay behind a little bit to deny this. Oh, actually, going to get this SCV, so that's pretty nice for Bonyth. Yeah. You know, he's going for this 23 Nexus. It wasn't going to be like a 21 Nexus or anything, so this eBay actually not going to be slowing him down. So this is kind of ideal for Bonyth. It's the first time he's gone for 23 Nexus, so I can understand why Mihu thought that's what he would have wanted to do.
Yeah, still gets his Nexus down first, even with the cancel.
Yeah, he basically had to drop it almost exactly when you would normally, right? It was like, what, maybe 2 seconds later than normal, so... Yeah, not bad for Bonyth so far.
Everything very standard right now.
Yeah, and I think that really goes to show, like, the nerves, right? Or, like, how serious these players are taking it. This is the most standard opener from both players we've had so far. It was a normal 23 Nexus versus a 24...
Oh my goodness, we have a Stargate.
CC, and then Bonyth... Yeah. What is this? I guess is this two-base carrier?
Two-base Stargate, yeah, two-base carrier.
Okay. I actually, like, have never seen someone do the build, so I don't even know what the build order was, so... I didn't realize how early you get that.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Bonyth looking nervous right now. Oh my goodness! He's blocking that way. Okay, he didn't see it.
What a scary moment for Bonyth. If that gets scouted, it's so hard to play out of that position.
Yeah, he just goes 7-pack +1 and runs you over, right? Like you just die. So
yeah. You'd almost have to cancel the Stargate and just play from behind like that, right? But that also doesn't sound great either.
Oh my goodness.
Because you have no Robo.
It's crazy, man.
Dodged a little bit of a bullet there. Now here's the question. Will Mihu recognize the lack of observer around 6.5 minutes or so? Because that's kind of the first tell that something's off, is if you realize that you never got scouted.
Yeah, this is... I mean, listen, Mihu's been playing crazy safe, so this is not a bad build, right? You get the 4 carriers out before he recognizes, because he's been going late Academy, you're in great shape.
Yeah, and he's denying the scouting from these vultures, so these vultures haven't been able to confirm whether or not he's taking a third base. So there's nothing Mihu has seen so far, guys, that indicates that anything is wrong just yet. It's going to be in the next minute or so that he could start getting suspicious that he's not being scouted.
Yeah, and he didn't see the second gas of the natural with the vulture either, so that's also kind of tips you off if they go super early, so wow.
Yeah, Bonyth has done a great job of masking this so far. The first carrier has begun, so... Mihu is going to be on a bit of a timer. It's just a matter of whether or not he identifies it quickly enough. And yeah, we see all those defensive turrets coming down from Mihu. Well, so far it's only... Okay, there's a forward one as well. And yeah, this is exactly what you want as Bonyth. You've denied all the scouting. You know that Mihu's been playing safe like this if you've been watching the replays. So Mihu going to be taking a defensive posture while you're doing one of the greediest techs you could do that is extremely vulnerable to early pushes.
That, and if he were to scan it, he could also go like 2-port Wraith, like,
yeah,
because you have no Robo. This is going to make him find it, though, right here, the dropship.
Yeah, the dropship pretty much guarantees he will get eyes on these carriers.
Yep, and he'll probably get a whole bunch of probe kills, and he's going to... I can't wait to see Mihu's face. Let's see if he reacts when he actually... when this actually happens.
Yeah, Bonyth actually fully committing to...
Oh, we're going the other way. We're not going to see it. We're going to the third.
Okay. He'll still probably know right? But this is actually ideal for Bonyth because his main base is so wide open. He's actually kind of lucky that this is not going into his main. But when he sees the lack of third Nexus at this time, he'll still know it's almost definitely carriers. Could be 2-base Arbiter, but that's not really Bonyth style a lot of the time.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll know. I don't know if he knows yet. I think he might just think, hey, I denied it. He's playing safe.
But at 8 minutes, though, it's so late.
I don't think he knows, man.
Alright, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see what Mihu does in response. I mean, you might be right. We see the 5 factories coming down, but that's going to be happening regardless. We already know this about Mihu.
He just needs to get 4 carriers, and Bonyth can do it, man. It's the magic number here.
I'm feeling nervous. Like, I'm not even playing the game, and I'm like feeling, I got like a pit in my stomach. Like, I'm getting anxious.
Here, we're going out with 2.
And there we go. Now it is completely official. These 2 carriers being spotted. Vulture is going to get inside. Kills 3 probes total, it looks like. And these carriers are going to go straight across the map. We see no Goliath range started yet.
This is going to be close. He showed the 2, so he's got to go get some kills now. He could be able to kill some turrets and kill the gas. Maybe that would be massive for Bonyth if he can get that done. Mihu
Yeah,
definitely
see a bunch of turrets being
state
thrown
right
down.
now. You can kind of see he's like, uh-oh. Yep, that's what we're going to do here.
Alright, things going to
Everyone
get potentially a little bit crazy. The tank's going to tuck here in the back of the mineral line so they're not getting caught by these carriers so that they can still fight off the goons. But yeah, I think he got enough. Oh, true. That's right. We're doing no obs. And here we
gotta
go.
pull back these Goliaths. We cannot let them die. We don't have siege mode. Oh, okay, we do. I thought he was upgrading siege mode. I'm like, oh my god, how do we not have it at 950? But can Bonyth micro this and win it here? Carrier 3 is here, so that means Carrier 4 must be close behind. If he wins one fight, he's done it. This is gonna be on the edge, man. I don't think we have range yet. We don't have range yet. Nope.
Yeah, not yet. It is what's researching. It's probably got another like 20-ish seconds or so before that's ready. And yeah, I mean, both players 2 base here. We're going to see that third maybe drop down. Bonyth did look for it, but he didn't have the resources for it. So
I don't even think I think he has to just go for it, man. Add gateways, add units. We've cut probes. We've done everything. We have to do it. I'm surprised we haven't added 2 more factories here from Mihu. I don't know if 5 is enough to hold this build. I think Bonyth is in a good spot. Oh my goodness, Goliath's not firing. Here we go. Can he just micro his way to victory here just by picking off Goliaths?
yeah, we need to be a little bit careful with our interceptors here because we don't have enough to one volley Goliaths. And there we go. Goliath range does finish now, but yeah, you don't want to bleed off too many of your interceptors either before you're kind of engaging into the Goliath.
He can now engage, though, from the side with the goons above and just go in and start killing factories and supply depots. I love this from Bonyth. Going to kill the eBay. He's going to pull Mihu apart here, pull him in different directions. Mihu recognizing he needs more factories.
This is a tough position for Mihu, though, because it's so hard to leave your base at this point, right? You're stuck in your base defending against these carriers from across the ridge here, so it's like all we're doing is killing interceptors and trying to mitigate damage, but that carrier count's just going to keep growing and growing. And if you ever leave your base, like, you just have to worry about the carriers killing your base before they come back to defend.
Yep, this is a huge problem here for Mihu. Bonyth finding about 8 of these Goliaths just kind of standing out here. We're getting up. We're at I saw 5, and I think carrier number 6 is coming across. Here comes Bonyth coming in, looking to pick off Goliaths. Cannot sacrifice units. He has not taken a third base here. Ozzy, he is going for it, man. This is it.
Yeah, he absolutely has a few vultures sneak out on the map, which is going to be in the back of Bonyth's mind that he has to make sure that everything stays closed off. But here we go. Carrier's going back into the main. Going to kill some more depots, actually, which is going to supply block Mihu.
We have a vulture drop in the main right now, too. No units back here, so a lot of probes going down. We're not on many probes. Oh my
no.
goodness, we snuck the other 4 in. Here we go, and see how many kills he can get if he's... Oh my goodness. The Vultures have gotten back to the line here. We see the carriers pushing at the same time. Bonyth's got 5. Knowing he's got to get some work done. He's not on many probes.
Yeah, this hurts a lot for Bonyth because he's so low on eco that he's actually almost going to be hurting to get interceptors for his carriers. Like, if that Goliath count gets too high, he won't be able to build interceptors. And it is looking pretty high, Raz.
My goodness, this is going to be crazy, man. Bonyth going for it here. The Goliaths are too far forward, trying to take off as many as he can. I'm surprised we haven't thrown down Cloak, man.
Yeah. Another Vulture sneaking out, so looking to do a little bit more damage.
And like you're saying, though, Ozzy, now he just goes back to the main.
The scan actually just missing that observer, which is pretty convenient for Bonyth. But yeah, look at all these Goliath. I mean, these interceptors getting chewed up right now, and you see in his minerals, like, he really doesn't have enough money to be making all these interceptors right now.
Right, he's going back towards the main. This is what he's got to keep doing to keep Mihu there. Mihu looking to push up, but Bonyth can just fly in with these carriers, man. If he picks off the factories, the game's over, right? Like, that's really where Bonyth's at.
All right, here we go. Mihu gonna pull the trigger. He feels like he has to commit to the push, and I kind of agree with him that he cannot keep coming back to defend like this. He'll just keep getting picked apart. But that being said, the Goliath count on this push, okay, is gonna come back now. He kind of got separated quite a bit because he left a lot of home to deal with the carriers, and he was worried about the carriers coming back and cleaning up this push.
Yeah, I just don't know if this is the location. He needs to keep flying away. I don't know if we want to fight the turrets and the Goliaths. You know what I mean? Like, that's too much, I think, for the interceptors to handle. The problem is he's on 2 gateway production, so if he does go across the map here and he just leaves some of these home, he will be okay. But he's going to have to either pull the trigger and go for it or not. If I'm Bonyth, I'm trying to get to my archives and snipe these scanners.
Yeah, that is actually a play you see quite often from some Protoss players where they'll kill the academy, kill the scanners, and all of a sudden DTs reign supreme.
Yep, that's a good win con. But I don't know, man. Is Mihu just going to outscale what Bonyth can make? We haven't seen any more carriers add up, and this army looks a little trapped on this pizza square here. Bonyth gonna fight.
Yeah, looks like he's just gonna commit to this as much as he can. Turning down the tanks with the carriers, the goons are just free firing whatever they can, killing a bunch of the Goliaths, and we see a huge dip in Mihu's supply all of a sudden. He was at 140 to the 120 of Bonyth. But here we go, this army actually getting cleaned up. This fight went so well for Bonyth, actually.
7 carriers, man.
Are there no tanks left? There might be no tanks. There's 2 tanks.
There's not enough Goliaths. There's just not enough. I think that may have done it for Bonyth. He's feeling good now. He's mined out of his main. I don't see how Mihu can sustain now.
Yeah. And even if he does get across the map, like, look how many more goons Bonyth has on his side of the map. Like, he's fighting this off with less than half of his goon count.
Mihu can now fly over the natural, kill the gas, and get it done.
Yeah, Mihu's almost completely starved at this point.
Yep. And he lost all of his tanks. And we got 7 carriers here.
Oh man, it is looking tough for Mihu. He's going to try to maybe take an expansion up here, but I don't know that he even holds on back at home while this is happening. The carriers come in picking off more and more of these Goliath. There's only 4 tanks on the backside.
That's it, man. He's done it. There's only 12 Goliaths. He's still mining from 2 bases. Mihu mining his last resources. We hear the scans going down. I think Mihu is going to be in trouble here once these carriers fly in and start picking off the factories. That is some massive win con here.
Yeah, first factory goes down for Mihu. And honestly, Bonyth still has a lot of mining to do back at home. He's cut a lot of probes for this, and he lost a lot of probes to some of the drops earlier, so he's still going to be mining for at least a couple more minutes here, whereas Mihu is almost completely dried up. We got a little bit of a counterattack going down here at the natural, and the carrier should just fly back home and clean this up.
Yep. Fly back home, clean this up. He's good to go.
Yeah,
Can he snipe the
desperation
Nexus?
push. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. He might be able to target down this Nexus before everything gets here.
Oh, he's hitting the probes too.
Yeah, a lot of probes even going down, but guys, it kind of doesn't matter. I don't believe. I mean, we'll see what ends up happening from here, but with all these tanks going down, these tanks are actually quite precious in dealing with this really high goon count. So Nexus doesn't go down. He does kill a lot of the probes, but honestly, Bonyth isn't remaking probes anyway. He didn't plan on really doing that. So we do have.
And he's going to see this
base
SCV transfer. He's going to see it though.
Yeah.
Bonyth will go kill it now, and then he'll be in good shape. As long as he can snipe these tanks with the carriers and move the goons up, I think he's done it.
Yeah, Mihu even long distance mining his third right now, just trying to get whatever resources he can. Unfortunately, they do return to the main CC here, but yeah, a lot of carriers. We haven't lost any carriers yet this game, right? So they just got tons of value over the game. Vultures even try to sneak out here to maybe deny the third from Bonyth a little bit longer. Mihu doing about everything he can to just try to hold on and continue mining, but I don't know that he can beat this army anymore.
No, he cannot.
He even cancels the CC.
Oh my goodness, he's floating the other one, but I don't think it matters. Bonyth looking to just pick him apart here, continuing to fly down with these carriers. Every Goliath he kills, every tank is major here. Mihu does not have the resources to replenish this army. This is it. Bonyth taking a 30 supply lead.
Yeah, and he's got his third base coming up online behind this. Mihu scrambling, doesn't want to give up on this game. I totally get it. This is the grand finals of a major tournament, right? It's the final game. You don't want to give up, but it's a bit of a heartbreaker if you're in Mihu's shoes, right? We're even landing the CC here to try and optimize the return from this mineral-only base. Just every little thing he can think of to try and squeeze out what he can, but he just doesn't have enough Goliath or a good enough answer for these carriers.
Mihu knows that this is it. He's losing buildings left and right.
We have SCVs trying to chase down a goon.
Bonyth getting another 2 carriers, has money in the bank for more interceptors. Bonyth just methodically picking things apart here. He's got 10 carriers total right now. He is flying. Oh, here come the other. Oh, it's 11 carriers. Oh my goodness, 11 carriers here. Ozzy, that's a lot of carriers.
I have a hard time beating 11 carriers on a max supply on Goliath. Okay, so Mihu sub 100 supply with his Goliath against these 11 carriers. The Goliath getting picked off.
He can just outright fight them now. There's just not enough.
Yeah. Yeah, and Bonyth looks like he is going to get it done. We always say that players are going to bring out what they believe is their best build for the final game. We talked about Bonyth's carriers, and he agreed. He's like, you know what, carriers are my best unit. Let me go straight to carriers and try to get them before the early game pushes even happen.
Why make a Reaver? Why make anything else? Just go right to the carriers, finish this thing. We have 3 tanks, 2 vultures pushing across the map where there are goons waiting to meet them. And there's the GG, and Bonyth with the smile, the smirk. He has done it. He is the BSL20 Non-Korean Champion.
Yeah, congratulations to Bonyth. What a hard-fought series that was. And shout out to Mihu to our second place. I mean, he went through the gauntlet, right? He had to take down every single player to get here to Bonyth in the first place. Took it all the way to Game 7. You know, had that game disadvantage because he didn't do well in the bracket or the group stage there. So, you know, huge shout out to Mihu. He fought so hard, but Bonyth pulling it out with the carriers in the end. The trademark unit for Bonyth.
yeah, he got it done, man. I was a little scared there for a while when he had the 2 out there, but he was able not to lose any. He took a great engagement on top of that pizza square there, right above Mihu's base, which I think was really crazy, and he was able to get a win, and that's how it's done by champions. You get it done no matter what.
Yeah, that was actually a big turning point. That was one of those, you know, we thought that he was getting cornered, and he hit us with the "I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me" kind of a moment there, and he took that fight, he won that fight, and that really felt like the moment that that game really swung into his favor.
Yeah, that was well done. So Bonyth making it happen against these full-time players once again. He's just got it, man. When you have the natural talent, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, very impressive. All right, looks like we're gonna get Bonyth in here. We're gonna have a little bit of a chat with him, hear his thoughts on the games.
Hello, hello, Mr. Bonyth.
Yeah, guys.
There he is. Congratulations, champion of the BSL Non-Korean Championship in a action-packed series. Tell me the emotions, or at least your thoughts, going from like 3-1 to 3-3 to having to play this two-base carrier on the final map. What was going through your head?
No, not much emotions. It's just like I had a mindset that I need to create a series of flukes, and I needed to create my build in such way that would make the games, I don't know, messy out of ordinary. So yeah, and then at Dominator, I saw that once at Dewalt stream how he played, how he used these ramps to play opsless into carriers, and I like it, and it worked.
So this was just purely a copied build, huh? You saw somebody else do it, and you're like, "Hey, I'll use this in the grand finals, in the final match of a tournament." I like that.
Yeah, I like it, so I copied it. That's StarCraft.
So you
That
said
is.
you weren't feeling many emotions. I will say you looked like you were having a lot of fun early on. So I don't know if you don't consider joy an emotion as a Polish person.
Yeah. We don't know what's happiness or smiles. We don't do that here.
Yeah. So you looked like you're having a lot of fun. I saw a lot of smiles. It seemed like you're enjoying the kind of game states you're creating. And then, when you lost to that FD push, and I feel like you definitely feel like you shouldn't have died there, right? You looked very flustered and frustrated with that one.
Oh yeah, I guess I had emotions. I'm just denying them right now. But yeah, there was no pressure on me. At least I felt this way. I was the underdog, like complete underdog, who basically almost never won against like the serious, not single matches, but serious against Mihu. So no pressure at all. Would be different if I had like Dewalt. There's that rivalry, and people like if I lose, people will start talking. Oh, like Dewalt is better than me, confirmed. So yeah, I didn't have any of that, so I could play fully relaxed against Mihu. Yeah,
That's good. Embracing the underdog outlook on things, and I agree, it does relieve a lot of that pressure. So yeah, you played really, really well. Congratulations to you for that win. Very impressive.
thank you. Although, okay, fine. It's just that I came from vacations. It's still there is rust on my hands. So yeah, this is also the reason why I played my games this way and not any other. But yeah, thank you.
So got to
Yeah.
keep you playing, man. Now we got to keep you going. So maybe you'll take a trip out to Korea eventually and try to go for it. I know the Mihu and the other Chinese players have gotten very close looking at some of the qualifier games. So maybe you can be motivated enough to give it one shot.
Like for a long time, I felt that I would need extreme, a lot of luck to qualify to ASL. But like after like beating Dewalt, Mihu, all the Chinese players who got into finals, I don't know. I start to actually believe. I don't know. But yeah, there is a lot of errors in my play that would have to be fixed. So yeah, mixed emotions about that. Results show that I can compete, but I don't feel. I can see how messy my games can be, like 2K at bank. So yeah, thank you for your kind words, Ras.
Of
And
course.
I don't know what to
But
do with
imagine
them.
if you practiced, man. Imagine you played a little bit. You didn't just, you didn't, do this like beer league. We just show up and you're ready to go. No stretching, just getting in there. You know, that could be the factor if you actually get a couple practices going and you might be
Yeah,
able
if
to.
I leave my job, then I will have no excuses for if I lose. No,
That's what I'm talking about. There it is. Quit your job, play Broodwar. You heard it from Bonyth here first. That's it.
Nice.
Perfect. Well, big congrats, Bonyth. I mean, it's an awesome thing. Champion again. Hopefully, we'll keep seeing you in these events, and you'll keep coming back and taking care of these players, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. I hope you had a good time, guys. And yeah, I see you at the next tournament.
That sounds good. Congratulations, Bono.
See ya.
All right. I think that's going to wrap it up here for us today. Do we want to do our typical Patreon shoutouts? All right, here we go. So we're just going to do the shoutouts here. We got for our supporters here of the BSL, we got Bombastic Wolf of Wall Street, Andrew for $200. Big shout out to you. Appreciate the support. Bombastic General, My Fleeting Dream, $100. Bombastic Colonel, we got Striker at $50. Bombastic Majors for $30. We got 2-pack. And here for Bombastic Majors, $20, we got Scheming Gypsy, Chaosu, Medino, Steven Robertson, KJ, Daniel Lopez, LML, and Nicholas Schuler. Thanks to you guys. We were able to bring you guys these amazing games today. Super high quality, really, really hype. We had some great games. And again, this is all thanks to you guys. You guys make it happen. So appreciate every single one of you that contribute.
Absolutely. Thank you to Zero for hosting all this stuff, Ozzy and all the other casters, Eon today. Thanks to all you guys for making it happen as well. We appreciate it. It's always fun casting with you. And make sure you keep coming back for more BSL events. We have Team League going on right now. So I know the Shield Battery ladder is up. So get out there, keep playing, and we'll see everyone at the next event.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. And catch you guys later. Peace.